I'll do the
Speeding.
pee story then. All right. So my name's Jeffrey Scharberg, and I'm going to tell you a very personal story from when I was younger. It takes place at this Boy Scout camp that I used to go to every summer for a week. And how the layout was, it's important to know how the layout was for both the camp and also the campsite. Essentially, there was this giant loop that went around this hill, and on each stop there was a campsite that each troop was at. And in these little campsites, the tent, they're pretty simple. It's just a piece of plywood on the ground and then a canvas tent overhead. And what I used to do when I was a kid is that when it got really like cold outside in the middle of the night, I had to pee, right? But I was so lazy that I never really wanted to go outside my tent and pee. So what I used to do is I just open up the tent flap and then kind of just pull my thing out and just pee right there off the tent flap. The only problem was that I got caught a couple of times. Like in the morning, they'd rake around the dirt, and my troop leader at the time pulled me aside. His name was Carter. He told me, Jeff, you can't pee around the tents anymore. Like I rake beside your tent, and I notice that you're peeing, and I know it's you. Just like go to a tree like anyone else would. But I said screw you, like you can't tell me what to do. So that night actually, it was around, it was late at night, and the urge to pee happened again. So I did what I usually did, just opened up the tent flap, got my little guy out and started peeing. The only thing though was that my tent faced the trail that went around the hill, and as I was peeing, I saw flashlights coming up the trail in the middle of the night. I'm like, geez, Louise, what's going on? So I tried to stop peeing, but the train left the station. I just had to keep on going, and I saw the flashlights move from the trees until it hits right at me. And I had nothing to do besides stand there and wave, and quickly the flashlights went away, and I continued my business. But the next morning, actually, one of my friends that I made at camp, he stopped talking to me, and I later found out that it was actually him who saw me, and I was just so embarrassed by the whole entire story in general. So long story short, I kind of learned my lesson, and ever since then I stopped peeing outside my tent and just started using a tree like a normal person. So yeah, that's my story. Thank you.
All right.